Hey, don't know if this is a durk episode or a prptbr episode. Um, I actually stood in front of my laptop, not my laptop, this thing, with my little Bluetooth keyboard. It's a little old secondhand um, Apple one that I found at a Goodwill somewhere along the way that actually works, um, and still works really well now. All hail Steve Jobs. At least in that, everything else of my life is not Apple, but that is. Um, but yeah, I stood there and I kind of did out a list of like, okay, these are the things I'd like to do in October to kind of get ready for NaNoWriMo. I think I'm going to do NaNoWriMo. I guess I'll see. I guess if nothing comes out, then I won't. Um, I'm still kind of like kind of swaying around and like trying to figure out what the hell story to write. I keep coming up with ideas of stuff that I half wrote maybe a year ago and then abandoned, but coming up with them independently, like well worn grooves that I'm keep on continually falling back into. I don't know if they're grooves or if they're ruts though, and that's where what I have to kind of decide on with those stories, whether they're, oh, I want to do an urban fantasy, oh, I want to do an alternate world fantasy. It's like, am I just kind of doing the same thing over again? Do I need to try and get something completely different? What I need to do is find something that I'm going to be enthusiastic enough and invested enough that maybe I can do a month of writing to write a small novella, because that's 50,000 words. It's a small novella, and that's what I'd like to kind of aim my thoughts at, that kind of a story. So I should try and write whatever story I write, because it will be a story with a plot. I'm not a plotless writer, as Steve kind of kind of railed against today in his video of MFA people writing stories that are basically just ideas without being an actual story. I would like to actually write a story, which probably means I'll probably just pick something very genre based and do that. Um, but yeah, I would like to find something that's like, oh, okay, that's fun. That's what I'd really like to do, is just write something fun and write a complete something that is fun. Um, Now, whether that's a complete fantasy story, whether it's erotica, whether it's um, um, a western, probably not a western, because boy, I'd have to do a lot of research for that. Which end is the horse you're supposed to pet, and all what hooves and fetlock and all that? Yeah, I'm probably not going to do a western. That would be writing a little bit out of my comfort zone, and good lord. But yeah, I'm gonna try and find something fun to write, and go from there. Duh. That really is, I have a couple of ideas which are somewhat well worn ideas. So I'm going to try and come up with some newer, fresher ones and kind of hold it up against the old ideas and see, maybe there's a reason why these old ideas are kind of hanging around. I still need to get them out as a full story. Maybe that's the case. Who knows? Well, that said, I'm going to leave it there. I guess this was a Preptober in the dark. Good night.